We're on. Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to Destination Specialist. Today is Thursday, the 15th of August, 2024. My name is Susie Hagmuller, and this is the one and only Jose Lambert, don't look around like you don't know. So welcome again, and we've got a really great show for you today with great destination.
And just to say that we've missed you, Susie. We were gone for a convention, so we haven't been doing Destination Specialist for the last couple of weeks, so it's good to come back and do this one. This week is Pleasant Holidays week, and I want to say welcome, Evolution family. Susie's right. It's Thursday, August 15th, a little bit after 3 p.m. Pacific time. Amanda's here. Hi, Amanda. How are you?
I'm great. How are you?
Good. I hope everything happened well. We just got done with some Mexico training, so I hope they were well attended, and I want to salute Astrid, who's doing just a wonderful job down there for us.
Thanks, Astrid.
She's doing really a good job, getting the message out of, our principles of selling and what you need to do and everything like that. So I really salute her on that. This week is Pleasant Holidays week, and we are going to cover two areas that they specialize a lot in, and that's Bora Bora and Tahiti, right?
They're very good in this destination. They've been doing this for a while, just like Hawaii has been their baby for I don't know how many years, over
decades.
50 years.
Yeah.
So they're very good in this destination. They've got nice product, and I would highly recommend them.
And then we're also going to touch about the new news that broke last week that they are entering into South Korea and Taiwan. So we're going to give you some more information about that.
Nice.
But before we go there, let's go to the next slide. I want to give you a little update on what's been happening with Hurricane Ernesto. So here we go.
Being nice.
Oh yeah, Ernesto prompts hurricane warning for Bermuda as its grows strength. This is in the last hour from CNN and the New York Times. Ernesto is a Category 1 hurricane with a maximum sustained winds of 85 miles per hour, according to U.S. Weather Service. It could be nearing major hurricane strength by Friday, according to the Weather Service. And the hurricane could go from 1 to 3 or higher starting Friday. The storm is expected to pass over or near Bermuda on Saturday. Thursday, as the storm drew nearer, Ernesto is not expected to approach mainland United States, but forecasters warned it could cause life-threatening surf and rip currents along the entire East Coast from Florida all the way up to Maine.
Wow.
So, President Biden approved a declaration of emergency. Up to 10 inches of rain fell in Puerto Rico. Half the island is still without 10 inches. 10 inches. Okay, half the island is still without power. And Bermuda is bracing for up to 8 inches of rain and up to 12 inches in some areas. So it's still pretty prominent, and it's still going to be around for this weekend. Let's go to the next slide. I want to show you what it's tracking like today. The latest track, like I said, this is about an hour ago. As you can see, as it's moving up towards this weekend, starting this weekend. So it's going to be out there playing around. And now let's go to the zoom.earth. You haven't seen this. This is actual weather in real time. And as you can see, here it is right here, Hurricane Ernesto as it's tracking north. And as you can see, you see all that wind stuff that's happening in there? How it's just circling and as it's going to be going. So again, it will be affecting the East Coast with riptides and high currents. So be very careful there if you're going out there.
This is really good. You can really see how it is in comparison to the United States, where it is. If you don't know where Bermuda is, it's off the coast. Where are we going? Bermuda's
right, there.
It
is right there. Yeah. Bermuda's right there. As you can see, the track of the hurricane is right in its path. So, and that concern
this island's pretty small, so it's going to get pretty drenched. The longer it sits, the more water it holds. So that means by the time it hits landfall, it's going to be full.
Right. So it's going to be there. So again, check your airlines and your airports for delays and cancellations. We will update you tomorrow for the final weekend report on the morning briefing tomorrow at 10 a.m. Pacific time. All right, Destination Specialist, Tahiti, Bora Bora 2024. If you want a copy of this PowerPoint, all you need to do is email me at the end of the presentation and I'll send it to you. We have some Google Maps in here that are interactive, that are very good, and they're good tools for you to share with your clients. So let's get to it. Let's go to the next slide. Okay, we have the world. Let's go to the next slide. And where are we going? We're going to Australia and French Polynesia. We're going to this part of the planet, okay? And this is where the South Pacific is, or French Polynesia. Tahiti and Bora Bora, let's go to the next slide, are part of the French Polynesian Islands. Want to talk
And there's
about
multiple islands out here, okay?
Yeah, there's
Not all of them are habitable or they
Mm-hmm.
have resorts on them, but these are the major ones. It's part of the Marquesa Islands of the Marquesas. And there's multiple islands out here. We're going to just cover the ones right now that
Right.
are French Polynesia, which are Tahiti, Bora Bora, Moorea, Raiatea. So those are the ones that pretty much get visited all the time. The most popular.
Okay, let's go to the next slide. All right, here is an interactive map of French Polynesia. This is the island. And what we're seeing right here is Tahiti, the island of Tahiti, all right? And Moorea, and we're going to show you that. Can you zoom in a little bit more, Amanda?
There we go.
See, it's right there. See, right above Susie said that's the island of Moorea, and this is the island of Tahiti, okay?
This is where you would fly into. You will fly into the airport. It's called Papeete.
Papeete.
And that's where that's the major airport here. The other islands have very small airports. So your first point of landing will be in Papeete. And whether you decide you're going to fly to the next island or there is also ferry service. So when you book this through Pleasant, talk to your customer about if they would like to fly to the outer island or if they would like to take the boat. The other thing is kind of cool is if they do one way, usually they do the other way back. So also know that the time difference and also many times when you return, you're going to have to use a night flight. Okay, so that's about 90% of the time a
Yep.
nonstop service back, at least to LA and to the West Coast. It's going to be a night flight because of the time change.
Right, and we're going to talk to you about the flight times from the United States to these areas at the end of the presentation. Let's go to the next slide. Here's another map of what Susie was
That's a
talking
really
about.
good
There is Papeete, and there is Moorea. As you can see, you can fly over there, you can take that, but this is pretty much the whole thing of it. Now, remember, it's an island, it's pricey. There are hardly any all-inclusive, well,
There isn't an all-inclusive.
there are no all-inclusive resorts on here. These guys are the champions of the, over-the-water bungalows. They're the first, resorts that started this. And they're very popular, and a lot of people still want to come to them. People from all over the world come to this as for honeymooners and things like that and stuff, and it's beautiful there. Let's go to the next slide. Here are some pictures of
This is Papeete.
Papeete.
You can see it's not a huge city, but there is a city there. So, but this will be your first, like I said, your first point of landing. And this is the city of Papeete.
All right, and let's go to the next slide. As you can see, it's a big, it's an island.
It's an island.
It's got a lot of stuff, a lot of boats, a lot of, people. During the war, big World War II, this was a huge, I don't know if most of you remember McHale's Navy. They always used to go here. They used to go to one of these. New Caledonia was around here. So, all right, let's go to the next slide. Boy, McHale's Navy, I'm showing my age. Look at this. Look at this.
I think I've said this before when we've done this destination. This is by far, I've been to Bora Bora, Moorea, and Papeete. The pictures does not do it justice, because that's one of the reasons I wanted to go there. When we flew over, it's magnificent. It takes your breath away. It is some of the most clear, beautiful water. And if you're a snorkeler or a diver or just want to get in there with a mask and look at all the sea life in there, it is absolutely beautiful. Also, the water is fairly warm, which makes it a really great destination.
Okay, let's go to the next slide. And of course, we have these wonderful things. These are the over-the-water bungalows. Some of them are very high-tech. Some of them have plexiglass floors that you can see right through to the water. There's different types of service. You can get some of these with butler service. You can get, you can do high-end luxury and moderate budgets too, but the moderate budgets are still pretty high. I mean, we're talking about for two people, at least 10, 12 grand.
Yeah,
right?
for about a week, you're
For
going
a
to be
week.
looking at about $10,000. I want to also point out, do you see how lush and green it is here? It does get rainy. It also gets pretty hot here. And that's why it's really so beautiful. If it does rain, it usually rains at night. It's kind of like Hawaii. The rain blows through and then it clears up and it gets sunny and warm. But I always thought how pretty, it's kind of a funny mountainous, it's like rolling hills, which I didn't expect when I went here. But it's also the greenery and just how they've put the resorts and things into the environment here. You look at how they're just like right into the bushes here. It's really great.
All right, let's go to the
Okay.
next slide. And look at some of these
So
beaches.
It's just it's and the sand is so white. It's
Yeah.
just really beautiful. And that beautiful sky. It's almost
I know.
it's so clear here.
I know.
It's definitely a honeymoon destination. It's I would say for families maybe, but I think this is more of a couples destination.
Yeah, it's more of a couple's destination. And let's talk something about here because we talked about for a 7-night thing. You remember that you have to at least put 2 days in front of the 7 days and at the back end because of the air. You're going to be this is a long flight to get there.
And the time change.
And then there's a time change. So it's going to, and when your clients come back, they're going to be tired. So we're going to talk about that here in a minute. Here's the island of Moorea. All right, let's go to the next slide. Look how beautiful that is.
It is. It's just they're like the way the mountains are in the back. They're like peaks,
Yeah.
but they're really, really green.
Yeah.
And it just makes this whole environment you feel truly in a tropical destination here. You really do.
Yeah.
Not crowded,
No.
not a lot of people, not a lot of things to do. You got to be a water person
Mm-hmm.
or a hiker. But definitely, if you're a snorkeler or anything with water sports, this is really a great place.
All right, let's go to the next slide. As we go through this, and again, you see,
Great overwater bungalow. It's
again,
so
they
cool.
have them all over the place over here. So you're gonna get different styles. Look at this one here. You can actually go out here, and have your coffee right there.
There you go. You sit on the edge there.
Sit on the edge of the water there. But again, these are just some of them. All right, now, so that is Moorea and the island of Tahiti. Now let's go. Look, see, I was
See, that's
just
what I'm
talking about
saying.
that guy,
You come
right?
outside, you sit outside, you
Have your
jump off
coffee.
the little landing, and you go swimming. It's
Yeah.
pretty cool.
Yeah, it is pretty cool. All right, let's go to the next slide. This is the island of Bora Bora. And can we zoom into this, Amanda, please, so we can show this? As you can see, all right, we'll go back. I want to show them next to how it is to Tahiti. So, okay.
The distance.
Yeah.
There we
Okay.
go.
See, so Tahiti, right? No. Oh, there it
There
is,
you go.
Bora Bora.
There you
Okay. So again, you would fly into Papeete, and then you have to fly into Bora Bora.
Or again, you can take the boat.
bus. Yeah,
That's up
the
to
boat.
you. Not the bus, the boat. Okay. So this island's a little bit differently laid out than Moray is. It's more of a longer island. It has, I think it was my favorite island, but also this island has grown a lot. You've got some very high-end properties here. You got Four Seasons. You've got Ritz-Carltons. This is a more high-end luxury resort. Generally, when I do people to Tahiti, definitely, 1 night in Papeete, because there's things to do there. And then if they're going to do the 2 islands, I would say do like half and half, or 2 nights in Bora Bora, 3 in Moorea, and 1 in Papeete. That gives you a perfectly week tour. Bora Bora is more expensive. Again, there's more luxury hotels here. You don't have a lot of choices of hotels on any of these islands, so keep that in mind. That's why a lot of times if you don't book early, you're not going to get what you want here, because it's not like row after row after row hotels.
And remember, okay, this is in the southern part, the southern hemisphere, in the southern part of the equator. So when it's December here, okay, it's summertime, okay? When it's July here, it's their winter and their rainy season. So make sure you know these things, okay? All right, let's go to the next slide. All right, here's some photos of Bora Bora.
Jeez.
It's beautiful.
It is. It's just,
Okay.
it's breathtaking, like I say. It's hard to
go to
say
the next
anything
slide.
but that.
Yeah, you can do jet ski. They have all these things, activities, events, everything like that. As you can see, again, it's the
Mostly, we're showing you overwater bungalows, but don't be misled. There are regular hotels there, but
Yes.
their upscale part of their hotel is going to be an overwater bungalow. Like at this one, the Ritz-Carlton may be the backside of over here, but it's probably over behind right over there where the hotel is, and the overwater bungalows stretch out from the actual physical resort of the hotel. So that's where you're going to get your meals and things. Believe me, you're not going to be in an overwater bungalow. They're not going to drive out to you and give you your dinner. So you need to leave the bungalow, go to the main part of the hotel.
and walk all the way back.
And all
the way
the way
back.
back.
We see, but you're over here, up this canyon, and then come down here to get to the bar.
That's
To get
right.
to the cocktail bar. You're going, oh my goodness, I had to walk all this way
That's
from
right,
my.
that's it.
Then I had to swim from here
To my
all the way,
bungalow.
I had to swim all the way over there, you know.
That's what the adventure
Because that's
of
where the
this hike
cocktail
is.
bar was, and my underwater bucket was
was
right
way over here.
So I jumped
yeah.
in, and it went
Oh, I got a cocktail and came back. Also, we can't stress enough how much expensive food is here.
Oh, yeah.
Most of the resorts, when you book this with Pleasant, try to make sure, ask if they at least have breakfast.
A meal plan. Some of them have meal
Some
plans.
of them have it's just like
but-
breakfast and dinner or something like that. Try to encourage your customer to at least get breakfast.
Yeah, the breakfast plan.
It
Yes,
is
breakfast
you have to
included.
remember everything has to be brought in here, so it's very expensive. And look at stingrays.
Look at this.
Look how shallow the water is. She's standing up.
And look at that other fish, that other shark that's over there on
And,
her
those
right
are
shoulder.
those little sharks. Yeah,
Oh,
I
those
think
little
they're
sharks.
called.
She's just like, little
The
sharks.
little sharks with the big stingrays. Again, see how beautiful this is that you can really see the fish. When you go here, it's like swimming in a great aquarium.
Yeah, it
You
is.
can see every kind of fish here.
Okay, now again, Pleasant Holidays has wonderful deals and specials on these places, and they have all the resorts, all the hotels in their pockets, so you can book that with them. Okay, now let's go to the next slide. I'm going to show you some flight times. Okay, from the USA to Papeete, Tahiti. All right, from JFK it's 16 hours with connection. Miami 16 hours with connection. Boston 17 hours. From the Midwest, from Chicago 15 hours. From Dallas 13. Denver 12 hours 30 minutes. Then from Seattle, it's 9 hours. San Francisco is 8 hours, 30 minutes, and LAX is only 8 hours. So that's what it is to Papeete. Let's go to the next slide.
When you do this, just think about Hawaii is about 4 hours, 45 minutes. So you got about another 4 hours after that. And most of the flights take off at night, which is really nice because you will be going nonstop, hopefully. And when the time you get to Tahiti, it's going to be the next after mid-morning, late morning, which is really nice because you'll be surprised the 8 hours goes by pretty quick.
Okay, so one of the things we want to touch on, that was Tahiti and Bora Bora. One of the things we want to touch on is South Korea. So we've gotten some interactive maps from Google that we want to share with you. And again, if you want a copy of this PowerPoint, all you need to do is email me at the end of the presentation. But this is one of them, okay? It's South Korea. And they're really concentrating on Seoul, South Korea. This country is on the forefront of technology. They are a major media giant. And I always forget how close Seoul, Korea is next to North Korea. And I just found out today, I was reading somewhat that North Korea is going to be opening up its border for tourism.
Well, that'll be interesting.
So that will be interesting. Let's go. Wait.
There you go.
Here
She
is
went back.
Seoul
This
at
is
night.
Seoul.
Look at this. Look how vibrant this city is. The food and cuisine here, from the street food to restaurants, this place is jamming. Technology, big time.
There's some very beautiful hotels here too.
Yes, there are some very, very, very beautiful and high end. So, again, this is going to be open and available for you. You can book this through Pleasant Holidays. Let's go to the next slide. Here's the street scene of this. Again, you sort of like another side of Tokyo, kind of, right?
Yeah.
Very, it gets crowded here. There are a lot of people here. So, get used to it. I love this. They have all these
Very
signs up.
busy.
They
Yeah,
have
it's hard
Subway.
to tell where you're supposed to go. Yeah,
They
Subway.
have Subway.
It's cute. McDonald's. That's so funny.
Yeah, all right. And here
Here
look
it
at
is.
this
This
shot.
is a pretty upscale city. Seoul,
Yeah.
Korea has really, for the Asian nation
Mm-hmm.
and how it's taken them a while to get to this point, but we have a lot of people out of the West Coast that go to Korea. A lot of their families are still there. So
Mm-hmm.
it's a beautiful city and it's full of lights and it's busy. Okay,
Yeah.
it's really busy.
Yeah, very vibrant city. So there's that. All right, let's go to the next slide. We're just going to touch on this. Now, this is Taiwan, China, which is, again, a real thorn in the big China's
The
thing
big
there.
China's.
But this is an interactive Google map, and we're going to show you pictures of the capital of Taiwan, which is Taipei.
Taipei.
All right, and let's go to the next slide. Again, a very, very modern city, a very democratic country
Very
or
much.
island. But look at this. Look how big this is. Again, you don't think, everybody always thinks of just, Tokyo or yeah, because it's such a big giant. But again, these guys are out there, are very financially sound. Look how big the city is.
They're
It's big.
and they're super nice people here. It's very clean here. It's got a well-run transportation system. That's what I have to say. When you go to most Asian countries, their transportation is incredible.
Yeah.
We should learn a lesson from them. For as many people as contained in a small area,
Yeah.
getting around here is not a problem.
And again, this is a pretty large population. Let's go to the next
Yeah.
slide. I'm going to show you here. See, look how big this is.
It's
It's
people
massive.
don't realize how large Taiwan
Yeah,
is.
yeah. You think, what? I've
In
never heard
Taipei,
of this
yeah.
city, and look how big this is. I mean, it's just
Beautiful.
big. It's huge.
Look how they've got the water around, all the way around. It's very nice.
All right, let's go to the next slide. And again,
Busy.
this is nightlife. Okay, again, you're going to see this a lot in these Asian cities. So be careful where you're going and know your directions and make sure that you know how to get back to your hotel.
They are nightlife people.
Yeah,
They really are, yeah.
All right, let's go to the next slide. I'm going to show you some travel times. Here we go from the U.S. to Seoul, South Korea. From JFK, it's 15 hours, 30 minutes. From Miami, it's 18 hours, 15 minutes with a connection. From Boston, it's 15 hours with a connection. From the Midwest, we have Chicago at 14 hours, Dallas at 15 minutes with a connection. Denver at 15 hours, 15 minutes with a connection. From the West, Seattle, 12 hours, San Francisco, 12 hours, 30 minutes, and LAX, 13 hours. Let's go to the next slide, please. From the U.S. to Taiwan. From the East, here, you do these.
I can't see.
You can see those.
Okay, from JFK it's 16 hours. From Miami it's 20 hours
can
with
see
connections. From Boston it's 19 hours with connections. Out of Chicago, 14 hours, 30 minutes. Dallas Fort Worth was at 18 hours.
18 hours,
Oof.
that's right.
Denver 17 with connections, and then we've got Seattle with 12, San Francisco with 13, and LA with 13.
All right.
I
so-
just want to tell you, when you're putting people into these destinations with this kind of time, with flights, please let them have a couple days before you start giving them tours or do too much. Let them get acclimated. It takes you a whole day to get acclimated to the long flight, B, the time change, because you're going to be all backwards.
Yep.
And don't let them do too much the first couple of days. Let them chill out in the city and then start putting them on tours. And you can do that all with Pleasant. They can set
Yeah.
up the tours, the transfers. That's the other thing. Try to get your person transfers when they arrive in these airports, because these airports are super busy. They're crowded.
Yep.
It's not like you're in some place, you're just like, what the heck is this? Make sure you get your customer transfers, either private or shared.
Yeah.
So that they get to their destination without being totally exhausted.
Yeah, and
Too
because
cool.
and it does take a long time.
It is. It's a
those
long time. You're
those
losing.
are long
You're
flights,
losing
you guys.
a day.
and-
You're losing
and-
a whole day.
I mean, yeah. Okay. All right. Let's go to the next slide. All right. This video is from the Tahiti Tourism Board, and it really explains the life in the islands of Tahiti. Let's go ahead and roll it. Check it out. It's really beautiful.
Wow, don't you wish you
Oh.
were there now? Really unbelievable. That's a
Yeah.
beautiful video. It really is.
Yeah, that video is just, boy, it explains everything of Tahiti and the islands that are offering. Again, you guys, Amanda's going to put that link in the comments room. Use that. If you got people that are interested, that are like, well, I don't know if we want to go to Tahiti or Hawaii or blah, blah, blah. Show them that. Show them. They'll go, whoa, I want to be there. And that's just a great seller. It's really, really cool.
The other
So-
thing it's really a good idea, and it's if you want to take them over to Hawaii first for a couple of days,
Yeah.
and then it's 4 more hours to Tahiti. So give them the best of 2 different
That-
island worlds.
Now, I like that idea.
I think that's a
because
great.
they, like, let's say that
Especially
you're coming
out
in
of the
from
West-
Washington,
Oh my gosh,
or
yeah,
Boston,
yeah.
okay, or Chicago. You have that long flight to Hawaii. Have them spend a couple of days in Hawaii first, then that 4-hour drive.
And Pleasant will take care of the
care
whole
of the
thing.
thing, yeah.
Okay, so that's a really good combination. If they can't do 2 islands in Tahiti, maybe do 1 island on the Hawaiian Islands, and then take them over to Tahiti, and maybe do just 3 nights in Moorea.
Yeah.
That will give them enough taste.
Yeah.
That if they really love it, they're going to come back and say, "I want to go back there, but I want to go to those other islands."
All right, that's pretty much it.
Use the
Okay.
video. It's
Okay,
good.
Amanda, do we have any questions?
No, I don't think we have any questions today.
Okay,
No
everybody,
questions.
let's go to the next slide then. Again, if you want a copy of this PowerPoint, all you need to do is email me at the end of the presentation. There it is, Susie's email and my email address. If you need anything, please don't hesitate to contact us here at Archer Travel Service.
Great. Thank you again for joining us. Again, we're here. Use this for a resource. A lot of you are new, and this is new territory. This is new everything for you. So we're here to help you to make a sale so you become successful, and then you make more commission, and then you can go on one of these trips. Amanda, thank you. Jose, thank you. And we'll see you next week. Everybody enjoy your rest of your week.
All right.
What do you say, Jose?
All right, adios everybody. See you tomorrow morning, 10
Bye.
a.m. Bye. Excellent.